Good morning. We're going to talk today about the demo that we prepared for the Shift group. We prepared a demo in Prosper called S-Demo. We're going to enter as the document controller for the holding document controller. We're going to log in and see what the document controller sees when he enters. The document controller has the same menu as the Chief Executive Officer, the CEO, and the Chief Operating Officer, the COO. When they enter, they have a special template that basically allows them to do a lot of stuff. The first thing that they see the projects, and we have created a single project for each entity that in the 10 entities that belong to the group. So let me go to the entities for a while to start with the divisions. We call them divisions, and we created 10 divisions inside the Shift group. The first division is the holding, which is the holding company or the group, the whole thing. Then we created one for Shift Trading and Contracting. Then we did one for Shift Rubber, Bread and Butter, Gift Shed, Vibracom Shift, Golden Eagle Group, Trev Tower, Sahmiya Cement, Mongolia Bakery, and Mondrain. These are the 11 divisions that we created. We created 10 divisions for the 10 divisions inside, and we created one major division called the holding. Under the holding, if you double click and expand under the holding, you see some user info. We created 4 users under the holding. We created the holding CEO, HLD CEO. We created the holding CFO. We created the holding COO and the holding document controller. We considered that from the input that we received from Shift, that there is only one single document controller. There is they can be more than one, but they are at the holding level. There is one Chief Operating Officer for the holding, another one Chief Financial Officer, and one CEO. As you can see, the main template for each one of them is project-related companies plus. Project-related companies plus. These are because we have three types of users that use the system. Under the holding division, we have these users. We configured initially. You can add more, but for now, just to show you what we have prepared from the few info that we have received from Shift. If we go back to divisions, there is, for example, the Shift Trading and Contracting. If you see what kind of users we have underneath it, there is a GM for the trading GM, and there is a PM as the trading and contracting they execute projects. So their main template is a project-related companies, not project-related companies plus, it's project-related companies only. So the GM and the PM, for now, they have the same template. If you go back and let's go to Shift Rubber, for example, Shift Rubber also, they execute projects. So there is a GM. They don't execute projects. Shift Rubber, they have the general manager and the operations manager. Okay, this is the operations manager for the Shift Rubber, the general manager and operations manager. The Bread and Butter, there's a general manager and there's a procurement manager. As you can see, ProcCM. Okay, procurement manager. There is in the gift shed, as you can see, there's only a GM. In the VibraComp Shift, there is only a PM. It's a project, or they execute more than one project. The Golden Eagle Group, also here there is a GM and a PM. This is the information that we have received from Shift, and accordingly we designed the things like this. As you can see here, we're going to talk about not only the divisions. We have a place for the contractors. We created two sample contractors, contractor 1 and contractor 2. We created some consultants also, consultant 1 and consultant 2. We have an object for authorities to define the authorities, like the water and electricity, any syndicate, any authority, any government authority. We created also a list of customers, and that's also common to everybody. And we created a list of vendors, and we created a list called distribution lists. Distribution lists means when a document controller received a document, depending on the type of document, he or she will how do you say, distribute the document that has been received to a distribution list. This distribution list, we can come here to the distribution list and decide who are the people inside the distribution list. We can add as many as you want to. This way, once you say distribute, it will send it to this distribution list. This distribution list can be configured by the document controller and name whatever we want to. We created 4 distribution lists to start with. So once we train the document controller on how to use the system, we decide what goes into each list and what do we name each list. As you can see, the user, the document controller, when he enters, he sees projects, a list of projects. Now we have some different types of projects. We have some projects we created for testing, okay, and we have the units or the divisions inside Shift that don't execute projects. We created a default project for them. For example, the bread and butter don't execute projects, so we created a project, a default project that we call it an NOP, no project. So the project code is BRB-NOP. The same thing for the cement company. They have a CMN NOP. The same thing for the gift shop, gift NOP. But for example, for the Golden Eagle Group, there is a Goal PRO. This is the one project code we created. We can create as many as you want to, depending on each company. And the same thing under this company, the same thing under the Mondrian, the same thing under the rubber, the trading, the Trev Tower, and the VibraComp. Okay, these are the projects. Why? Because we want to organize everything under a single under a project. In these companies where there is a default project, it's of type not a real project, because these we need to organize them under a project, but there is no project for them. But for them, those that are in Golden Group or in trading or in the Trev Tower or in the VibraComp, they have project, and we can create as many projects as you want to. Just for demo, we created a sample projects. Now inside the sample project, if you can, here as you can see, I am the document controller, the holding document controller. I can create new projects, I can edit, I can progress, I can delete, I can explore, I can expand, I can do many things. Why? Because I am the document controller. Because basically the document controller job is the person, or are the persons that that insert data inside the system. For example, let's take this one, the BRB, this project, and we enter inside it, and we see what type of documents we have. The types of documents that we received from you, from Shift, where we received only 4 types of documents: letters, guest relations, purchase requisitions or purchase requests, and finished good reports. We created sample documents inside to show you how the system works. Let's see, we have, these are the document types. For example, this is a document, this is another document, this is another document. Let me, for example, create a new document. When I do new and I create a new document, inside this letter, we're in the project BRB, we are in the letters, and we created issued on, it will give me the date of today, reference, I could say testing, or this is the letter that we received, testing 1, 2, 3. This is the reference from the letter that we received. The title, I'm just testing the system. Okay, related to, this is if this letter is related to another letter that we have received, so it will give you a new version. For now, we're not going to do anything. We're gonna, it will show you everybody, the contractors and the consultants that we have. If we have also other people, we would do. So let's say we're receiving it from consultant 1. Once we say consultant 1, it will show me who from the consultant 1. There is C001, which is the person inside consultant 1, who is the person sending from that letter. 2, we're receiving it to contractor 1, let's say to SAH2, okay? And the distribution list, as you can see, these are the distribution list. By default, it would tell me this is the default distribution list. I can decide to send it to different distribution list. Here I could say this letter was, sorry, this letter was, let me say bold, delivered to Shift BRB for a testing reason, whatever. This is I can click here and do italic. I can change the font. I could say this font is small, or I can say this font is bigger than that. Anything that I want to. I can insert some standard text. I can enter the current date, or no, here if I do checking, I can do ignore. This is to ignore the spell checking. So we have a full editor here with error checking and everything that you want to. We can color something. We can color it also with the color that we want to. Very nice. The background color and the foreground color. You can let me click on this one, Shift, and make the foreground color a dark blue. Okay. Whatever you want to, you can have. You can copy and paste stuff from other places. You can add the time. You can the date. You can add the time. You can do whatever you want to, and you can attach a file, which is usually the file that we have received from that person. So I can go and I could say, let me go to documents, let me go to a PDF, and I have this. Let me upload this file to it. It's uploading the file. This is the file that we uploaded, and let's call it attach att. And here it will tell you. You see the type of what kind of files are allowed, and how big is the maximum file that you can upload. Here is configured the way you want to. We have configured that in a letter. I think this is what we can receive, but you can do whatever you want to. As you can see drawings, you can see docx, PowerPoint, JPEG, whatever you want to. Let me do add new. Once I do add new, it created, as you can see, it created a document. This document that says I am testing from CST1 to CNT1 during this date. It's being prepared. The reference is the issue reference is testing 123, and this is very important. Is the code of that document BRB NOP. Why? Because we are in the BRB division, no project. The type of this is a correspondence, CO for correspondence, LT for letters because we are in letters, from CST1 to CNT1, 008, it gave it automatically a 008 as a sequence, and -00, which is the revision number. If I double click inside it, and I would see it attached that file. We see it attached a file, and it says it decided who is the distribution list. This is the default distribution list. We can, if you want to, we can modify it, we can add new, and we can distribute it to more. By default, it will show you this. Attached files, if I want to do another attached file, let me attach a new file to it. Let me say that there is another attached file that's called this one, for example. Let me take one that is not that big, something like that. Okay. It uploaded it. We give it a test. We call it LJM. And we do add new. We can add as many as you want to. As you can see, it stored that document in a specific directory under the BRB directory. Here we're talking on the server, somewhere on the server. Under the BRB directory, no P, CO, LT, CST1, CSTN1, 008/00, and local job market Arabi.pdf. We can click on that to view that document immediately. It will show you the document automatically. We downloaded the document automatically. We can see this is another document. It's called this one. We can download it immediately, and we can see. You don't care where that file is. It's somewhere on the server. You don't care where it is. It has a name we can call. If we left the name empty, it will give it a name automatically as a code. Otherwise, it will automatically store it in the correct place depending on what type of document it is. This is to be able to match the physical location of the document with the virtual location of the document. It put it in a directory structure, very clean directory structure, where you can go and know if all the documents under BRB are in one place. There is only one project, so there's all these things under one area. Let me go back to the letter here, and I do a preview. So let me do a letter report. It will run the report automatically. It will create a report for that, and this is a automatically generated report. As you can see, this is for the shift. So you can see the logo of shift. This is the bread and butter logo. This is the logo of consultant 1, contractor 1. We don't have the logos, so we created a sample logo called consultant 1, contractor 1. This is a barcode for the document. So if you have a barcode reader, automatically you can come back to that document and at any time, and I will show you how this thing would work right now. This is the document. It's letter for letters, BRB NOP. This is the coding for it. The project title, the document title, the date, the name from, and the name the from consultant to contractor, and this is the text that we have received in it, and this is the password being revived. Now, let me see one more thing. If I go to guest relations, for example. Oh, I wanna go back to letters. I wanna show you one thing. This is the letter. If I do preview and I do the letter, You see this number? This is the, when you put the barcode reader, it will read this letter. If we will see, it will read this this code. Let me copy it. I do a Control C to copy it, and let me go. I'm here in divisions, for example. If I go at any time and I'm looking for a document, I am under distribution lists, I am under another project. It doesn't matter where you are in Prosper. There's always the search button here, where you can come here. Let me copy that, the doc 010003. This is the unique identifier for that document. When I say look for it, it will automatically take me, it took me to that document under this project, under this area, which is very, very important to come back to a document only by scanning the barcode of that document, by the barcode, or entering that code in the search box. This is one way to search for a document. We have, other than documents, we have guest relations, also the same thing as guest relations. As you can see, this is it has 002-01. Why 01? Because it's a revision. It's a version number. It is related to this. It is related to the letter that is 00. What is? It's related to this document that is 001. The same thing we did under purchase requests, and the same things we did under the finished goods. We configured this view the way we think it should be, but that doesn't mean that in the Shift would like to see it this way. They can modify that view the way they want to, and we can add whatever without any programming. We can just configure the system to work exactly the way they want to. Now, we entered as a document controller, right? So let me log out from the document controller. Oh, notice that when I'm in a document controller, how I see the new, I see the edit, I see the progress. Let me do this. I want to exit from here, and I want to enter as the bread and butter GM. If I entered as a bread and butter GM, we entered into Prosper, the same thing, but as you can see, I don't see projects. I don't see, because I don't have projects in bread and butter. I don't see projects. I see directly the letters, the guest relations, the finished good reports, and the purchase requests. And these are the letters that I can access, that I can see. Okay, these are the guest relations. These are the finished good reports, and these are the purchase requests. Okay. Now, once I do this here, I only have, as you can see, if I do preview, I only see the report. Okay, I cannot modify. This is another document where I cannot modify. This is the guest relations here. Also, I cannot modify. As you can see, there is no modify or edit or add new, because depending on who you are, what kind of things you can do in Prosper. You can, these are the purchase requests. Let me see the preview of the purchase request, and that's the preview of the purchase request. The system is generating a report immediately right now, and it will tell you the preview of the purchase request with everything in it. If I can expand, I can see that this is a project. This is a file attached to this purchase request, and I can see, click on it. I can open that file. It's a JPEG file, so I can open that file. There it is. It opened that file for me. This is how we configured Prosper for Shift. A small demo. We did a small demo for you to see how things are working. So we are ready to demonstrate this to anybody in Shift. We are ready to modify the configuration depending on what Shift wants, and we are ready to train on that system and make it look exactly how it should be. I wanna thank you for this. Please let me know if you need any more help on this area.